Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys a mid to high level money making guide, and we do have some really great methods in this video. So a lot of these methods will make you at least 2 to 3 mil per hour, and some of them even more. So anyway, let's just go ahead and begin the video. So this first method is going to sound pretty weird. It is going to be cutting logs, and specifically cutting oak logs. Now, normally you wouldn't make too much money from cutting oak logs. It only requires 15 wood cutting, and it is a pretty basic thing that everyone can do. But since the Wars Retreat has been released in the PVM hub, in that shop, you actually need 1,000 logs to upgrade the campfire. And this has caused the prices for oak logs and also all the types of logs to increase. So as you can see, I just insta sold these oak logs, and one oak log sold for over 1,500 GP. Now at my pace, I was managing to cut 1,500 to 2,000 oak logs per hour. This is at 99 wood cutting, of course, but it only requires level 15 wood cutting. So even having a wood cutting level at level 40 or 50, you should be able to cut similar to these numbers. So anyway, cutting 1,500 logs will make you a little bit over 2 mil per hour. And if you manage to cut 2,000 per hour, you'll make 3 mil per hour. So this is a pretty good money-making method for mid-level players. And also it is viable for free-to-play players, since oak logs can be cut on free-to-play worlds. So that is pretty interesting as well. I am predicting that this money-making method won't stay this good for that much longer. I think the price of oak logs will stay up for a little bit, maybe a month or two, but they will eventually fall down. Maybe not to 500 GP per log, but a little bit above that maybe. So this money-making method is mostly going to be used for right now. Now, if you saw in War's shop, there were many different types of campfire upgrades, and one of them, the last upgrade, is the elder log. So this is another really good money-making method. So you can cut the elder logs as well. This requires 90 wood cutting, so it is a high-level money-making method. But the elder logs, they are selling for a little bit over 7,000 each log. And as you can see in this clip, I am using the dwarven chain axe, which you can sometimes obtain from the treasure hunter. And what it does, it allows you to cut 2 logs instead of 1 at the expense of gaining no XP. So this is another really useful item to use while you are cutting logs. Some other useful ones could be Beaver Familiar, which will actually boost your woodcutting level, and then there's also the perfect Juju woodcutting potion, which actually gives you a 5% chance of getting 2 logs from a tree instead of 1. And then of course you can use the Grace of the Elves as well and get a few Syrian spirits while you're at it. Now, as you can see, I sold 20 logs for a little bit over 150k, and this took 5 minutes to actually cut. It was from one tree, which lasts 5 minutes. If you don't have the dwarven chain axe, then you would probably be expecting around 12 logs per tree. That being said, you should make around 1 mil per hour doing this method, which is a lot less than the oak logs right now. So for right now, if you're looking to make money, definitely go with cutting oak logs. Although cutting elder logs is a little bit more AFK. And so this next money-making method is going to be sort of a different one as well. So it's going to be killing snakes. And this method does have one requirement. It is a fairly mid-high level requirement. You need to have the Cabin Fever quest completed, which does have a lot of prerequisite quests and a lot of mid-level skill requirements. So you guys should be able to do it. But anyway, you'll be able to go to Moss La Harmless once you do complete the quest. And the You Are Here spot on the map that I find is the best spot to kill the snakes. There's about 2 or 3 of them that spawn there. And also there aren't too many jungle horrors, which are an aggressive creature that live on this island, and they will always attack you when you are around. So you may need a pretty high level defense level for this method. So anyway, for this method, you're simply going to want to be killing these snakes and picking up their snake hide. Their snake hide is sold for around 5k on the Grand Exchange, and you should be able to kill around 300 or 400 per hour. So that being said, you should be able to make around 1.5 to 2 mil per hour doing this method. Now there is a little bit of a twist with this method, so you can just sell the regular snake hide, but you can also make the Spirit Cobra pouches and also the scrolls. So doing this, you will require 63 summoning, 1 Crimson Charm, and on also 116 shards. So for this, you will actually technically be losing money, but these Spirit Cobra pouches do sell for a higher price than on the Grand Exchange. So you may want to just be cautious. Don't do this for all of your snake hides, but definitely do it for some because they are very profitable. Then also during the Amlod Voice of Saren, you can convert them into the scrolls because you will be getting 12 scrolls per pouch instead of 10 during the Amlod Voice of Saren. Of course, you need to do it in Priv, so that would require some more requirements, including the Plagues and Quest. Anyway, after testing all of this out, I managed to sell the Snake Hide, instantly sell it for 5k. The Scrolls, which is 1 pouch, I sold for 10.8k. And then also the Spirit Cobra pouch was instantly sold for around 6.6k. So that being said, it seems like the best one to do is make the Ophidian Incubation Scrolls, especially when the Amlod Voice of Saren is active. But of course, the prices are fairly unstable for these items as they aren't actually traded that often. So you might even be able to trade them for more than their instant sell price. I know I was actually able to sell some of the Spirit Cobra pouches for 25k each. I believe 20 of them for 25k each, and I also sold one for 55k each when I left it in for a while. So you can sell it for more than just the 6k, but that is for you to figure out and see what you can sell it for. But overall, this is a pretty good money making method, and not many players actually do it. And so the next money making method that I wanted to show you guys was the casting the Ophidian Incubation Scrolls, which is essentially turning eggs into cockatrice eggs. And you actually do this method by using the Spirit Cobra pouches and also the Spirit Cobra scrolls. So to do this method, you will want to buy a Spirit Cobra pouch and then also some Spirit Cobra scrolls and some summoning potions. Also buy a ton of eggs because you will be turning these into cockatrice eggs. And then it's useful to drag the summoning icon onto your action bar so you can simply click the keybind and then you can click on the eggs and transmute them that way. That is the fastest way to do it. So just do this until you run out of summoning points, and then you want to drink a summoning potion. When you get a full inventory, make sure that you just have this set up for presets. So you can just reload your preset and continue to do it over and over again. You are going to be making around 6k per egg, so that is a pretty good margin. It actually equals out to around 6 mil per hour. So it is a really good money making method, and it actually gives a use to the Spirit Cobra pouches and scrolls, which you can make in the method that I just showed you. Preferably you will make them yourself because they are really difficult to buy on the Grand Exchange. At least when I tried to do this method, they were really difficult, so I actually just went ahead and bought my own. But overall, this is a really great method, and it is pretty easy to do. As I said, you only need 63 summoning to actually do this method. So yeah, it's a pretty great method to do, and you guys should definitely check it out. Now, the next method is probably one of the best mid to high level money making methods in the game, and it's the ED3 Trash Mob Farming. And I actually have a specific guide for this on my channel already, so I will link that in the description down below. But just briefly, you will require around 70 plus combat stats, 70 plus defense, and then also 43 prayer. And recommended is Curse of the Black Stone quest, which can be kind of difficult to complete, so you don't actually need it. And also, if you have a party of 2 or 3 players, it will make this method a lot easier. So in this clip that I am going to be showing you, this is going to be my gear setup. So I am using the Masterwork armor, which is a tier 90 armor, and then I am also using the Noxious Scythe. Now you don't have to go with tier 90 armor, but definitely bring the best armor you can. You can even go with Bandos armor. That probably would be good enough. You may need to bring some more food, and you might not get through the entire mob farm before you need to go get more food, but you can still do this method for sure, and it will be a lot easier if you do have 2 or 3 players to do this with you. So the easiest way to get here is probably through the event portal in the Wars Retreat. So you can just go through that portal and you will end up here right at the boat. Now you will want to make sure that your loot chest is automatically collecting your loot. That way you won't have to pick it up and you'll be able to fill your inventory full of food. Now the next thing that you will want to make sure you do is when you click on sail on the ship, you will want to make sure that you join a normal encounter. So make sure you don't click story mode, you want to go normal mode. So once you enter the Shadow Reef, you will simply just want to kill the mob farms up until the first boss. And that way you will be able to gather all the loot into your chest. Once you get to the first boss, don't go through it. You're not going to be killing a boss. Then you're going to want to teleport out and then just redo the dungeon up until the boss. This way you will be making up to 6 mil per hour. It can be less depending on your gear. But the high end is 6 mil per hour, especially if you have a team of 2 or 3 players. Another thing to mention is that you don't need to use combat. You can use ranged or magic. Magic is probably preferred because you will want to use your AoE abilities. After 1 full hour of doing this method, I managed to make around 3 mil. And the items that really will boost your GP per hour are the rare Shadow Reef relics. You do have a chance of getting these, and they do alch for 1 mil each. So that is where you will make a lot of your money, but all the common drops and uncommon drops, they are still pretty profitable, and you should make around 200 to 300k per run. And so as I said, this is one of the best mid to high level money making methods for a mid to high level player, and that is because you can make so much GP per hour, but you also gain a ton of combat XP per hour, up to 1.5 mil. If you're more of a mid-level player, you should probably expect around 500k, maybe up to 700k. But still, this is really great for mid-level players. Really great for any kind of players, actually. It's just a lot of XP per hour, and you're also gaining some money while you're at it. Anyway, guys, that is it for this video. I really hope you guys did enjoy, and some of these methods you'll be able to use to make yourself a little bit of extra cash, especially with Double XP Weekend coming right around the corner. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more awesome content like this. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.